Hello and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. This is Jewel Smith, and this is my second playthrough of the Outer Worlds. This time now with the DLC. I'm playing on hard difficulty. When I first played this, I played on normal and I found it a little too easy. So I'm gonna try hard and see how that goes. And when I played through before, I did not have all of the DLC, but now I do. I have Peril on Gorgon and Murder on Eridanos. I think that's what that one's called. I'm not going to be, this is not going to be a thorough playthrough. I am not going to exhaust every dialogue option and do every side quest. I am just going to get through. I'm going to grab Max and Parvati. Probably have to get Nyoka. I think I need Nyoka in my party in order to start the DLC. And then we'll just move on and go from there. I don't know if I'll even complete the game. Maybe I will. I think there's a trophy for completing it on hard difficulty, so maybe I will finish the main story just to get that trophy. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But the main reason for playing this is to try it out on hard difficulty and to do the DLC. Alrighty, and I'm almost level 5. We are doing the main quest. Comes now the power. We're trying to get a part for our ship so that we can get our ship running. Power regulator, and we need to get our ship fixed up so we can leave this planet and get on with the rest of the story. I'm trying not to be too caught up in all of the stuff going on here in Edgewater, in the Vale, I think they call it. I'm not going to do, like I said, all the side quests and things. If you do everyone's quests and you make people happy and you get faction reputation with everyone. See here, there's the Deserters and Spacer's Choice. Oh, Spacer's Choice is agreeable to me. These are the two factions that exist here on this planet. And if you make them both very friendly toward you, it may unlock possible options for how you complete this part of the quest. And I did that in my first playthrough, but I'm not going to do it this time. I think I'm just going to go. I'm already in the geothermal power plant right now, and I've picked up the logic module. I know I said I wasn't going to do all the side quests, but I did do that one. Let's take a look. Die robot. Head back to the landing pad and deliver the logic module to Ludwig. Alright, well I will do that when I'm done here. But since I'm here, I am going to go ahead and do what Vicar Max suggested, which is to route the power to the town and force the deserters to return. That was his suggestion. He wanted them to come back to the fold. It's not what I did the first time I played this, but let's go ahead and do it. Down. What the heck? Alright, we are here. That's right. I took refuge in here. I think there's some robots in here to whack. Robots die faster if we use electricity on them. Oh, what's over here? What did that do?
Processing. Investigating.
I don't know what I did. Oh. Is it? Okay.
Searching for.
Oh shoot, that wasn't the last of them, Parvati. You said it was the last of them. And it wasn't. No. There's one right there. Now, is that the last of them? I don't think there is. I don't think that is the last of them. I see one on my little radar there. Alright. Let's loot that worker. Yeah, these workers were totally screwed over. A big shock, right? Alright, so I threw the switch here. I guess that made the lava flow through the vent or something. Okay, thank you, Pangarito. I appreciate it. Oh. Why is the jumping in this game so weird? Half the time you fly backwards or fly off to the right or something. Oh, come on. There we go. Trying to get that thing. There we go. What's over here? Oh, another dead worker. Yeah, so these workers were totally screwed over. I think the auto mechanicals that were brought in to do security went crazy. And killed everybody. Alright, we were in there. That's where Jeremy is. I didn't want to let Jeremy come out and help us because I didn't want Jeremy to get killed. Jeremy's a little robot that Parvati fixed. Now, I have played through this once before, but it's been a year or two. So I'm still kind of getting used to the controls over again. Trying to get into the groove of this game. Oh, he had a lot of cartridges. Or a lot of bits on his cartridge there. That was nice. Ooh. What's up here? Have we been in here? Oh, Chester's passcode. I don't have Chester's passcode. Right, I think we have been in here already. Okay. Alright, let's go in here and see what we find. I think there's... Yeah, there's somebody hiding in here.
No, just leave me alone.
It's cool, dude. I'm not an auto mechanical.
No, just leave me alone. No, just leave me alone.
Alright, there's a door over there. Let's go over there.
Not real. You're not real.
Ooh, this kind of gives me BioShock vibes.
just leave me alone.
Okay. What's through here? Oh.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Yeah, I remember this. That steam will kill you quick, too. I think in my first playthrough, that's the main reason I died. I didn't die very often, but usually when I did, it wasn't in combat. It was from the damn steam.
Oh. System security patrol.
I leveled up, level 5. Companion perks. Your companion has leveled up and can be granted a new perk. Okay. We didn't get them all. Stop saying that. There's still a bunch up there. You dingaling. Alright. Here we go. I've got points to spend in my skills. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do? Leadership. Yeah, gotta unlock their special attacks. That might be worth doing. And tech. Alright, let's do this. Because that will unlock her special abilities. And when I use my inhaler, it will also affect my companions. Alright, that's good. And we have 5 points left to spend. I do like being persuasive and stealthy. I also like being techie. But I like being able to shoot things. So let's go with this. I think at low level it's important to try to stay alive. Yeah. I'm not doing much in defense. Alright. You can command your companions to use their special abilities on the enemy you are targeting. Companion 1, Companion 2. Excellent. Now, Parvati gets a perk. I can make her healthier. Increase the amount of threat they generate when attacking enemies, making them more likely to attack this companion. Oh, okay. So she can pull aggro if I want her to. I don't want her to. Sneaky. Decrease the amount of threat. Okay. Increase your engineering skill when Parvati is in the party. Alright, let's just give her health first of all. There we go. And then we can increase her armor or her melee damage. Alright, cool.
Incoming!
Alright. I'm gonna go out this way and see what's this direction. Oh man, do I want to lockpick that? Not necessarily. Okay. Are they coming at us? Oh, okay. Good job, Parvati.
Get away!
Let's go further down and see if we can find this guy.
You're not real. You're not real.
Okay, keep him quiet.
Go away, Phantom.
Anything over here? Nope.
Get away!
Hey, dude.
Get away!
Oh. Ah. Hey.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot! Scram!
Calm down. I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Tell me what's going on.
Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Okay, what do you do?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
I think he's a little bit cuckoo. What happened here?
Mechanicals lost their bolts.
Yeah, that's
Opened
what I
fire
thought.
on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed? That's horrible. How could this have happened?
You mean, why did the Mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Okay. And you mentioned being an engineer.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
Okay. Was that before or after you became a Sisty Pig Tycoon? Well, if you worked on them, you must know a way to stop them. Well, if he did, wouldn't he have done it by now?
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Ooh, I can use persuasion or intimidation. I can deal with them, I made it this far, or you can help me and I won't feed you to the sprats, your call. I can deal with the mechanicals, I made it this far.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Okay, and in Engineering 10, mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module if someone tampered with it. Right, we know about that.
That's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal.
Oh, okay.
Here, let me just write it down for you.
Now we have the passcode. Okay.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
I didn't ask about that, dude. Hang on.
Forgot what you were gonna say? Me too.
I'm just gonna go and get that terminal. Alright. He's been sleeping down here. Got it. Ah, there's the guide to mechanical engineering. We'll grab that. Just to say we have it. We'll take his goodies. He doesn't seem to care. Okay. And we'll head back up. We'll go use that terminal. Oh, did I look at this already? No, I did not. And we'll get the robots to fire at each other. That sounds like a good idea. I think that was back in here. Wasn't it? Or was it in a different room? No, I don't think it was that one. That wasn't in here. Oh, let's grab this. Hang on. Maybe there's optional reprogram the auto mechanicals. Does it give us geothermal master control? There we go. It's through there. Ah, here we go. Now we can use the terminal. To modify their behavior, select new mode, select new target. Automechanicals in this facility have been mandated to target intruders. Any attempt to alter this setting is punishable by company law. We will define intruders. All persons or entities not identified as property of Spacer's Choice. Define intruders as Spacer's Choice automechanicals. Alright, we did that. Awesome. Got a bunch of XP for it, too. Oh, and now they're gonna fight each other. Sweet. Haha. Alright. We'll let them do that for a little while. Alright, can't get through there. Hello, Michael! How are you? I just saw you were in the chat room. It was so quiet in the chat room I wasn't checking very frequently. I don't know how long you've been there. We're here in the geothermal plant. I went down and talked to Higgins. I got a password. Now the robots should target each other. Oh, not that way. This way? Which way do we need to go? This way, I guess? Hey, Jeremy. Oh no, this is where we already were. Well, where the heck do we need to go now? I'm all turned around in here. I thought we had come through here, but that's just a bathroom. Oh, maybe this way. No? Where the heck are we supposed to go? Maybe this way? But instead of going down, we go up? Nope, this is just taking us down. Maybe through here? Okay, yeah. Gotta avoid the steam. Oh, there's a terminal back here. What does this do? Steam distribution control. Shut off the steam release valves with engineering of 15. Heck yeah. Pays to be smart. Okay. Oh, Michael says it's quiet here. Calm evening. Hope all is well over there. Yep, it's quiet here too. Oh, I'm a bit tired though. I didn't sleep very well last night. And it doesn't seem like anything I do about that changes things. Oh, we'll turn on that one. Like, you know, nothing I drink, eat, or take it seems to be helping my exhaustion. I just need a good night's sleep. Which I hardly seem to get anymore. Is it not attacking us? It wants to attack other auto mechanicals, not us. I guess we can stop creeping. Oh, nope.
The area.
It still seems to be hostile toward us.
Incoming!
Okay. I thought I had them target each other, but okay. Ooh, that looks like a tube of stimulation. No, it was face cream. Okay. Is that what it said? Mask cream? Ah, here we go. Turn that one on. I mean, I haven't been told that I need to turn them all on yet, but I assume I will need to, so I might as well do it. That looks cool. All the lava flowing through the tubes. Alright, now we're on the other side of the barred door that we couldn't get through before. Excellent. Okay. Haven't we been here before? So how do we get up there? Where we need to go? Is it this way? Oh shoot. Oh no, it's a combat drone.
Ready for this. I'm on it.
I guess we could have used stealth to get past that robot. But it's fine, we handled it. Oh, this poor guy.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
Yep. She's gonna stop and talk to me about it.
Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna screw somebody over one way or another. Because there's two factions here, and they both want what they want. But sure, tell me your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Well, neither do the deserters. They don't deserve to be punished either. The deserters are a community. I can't just destroy what they've built. But I am about to. Reed tells me Edgewater is going to die without workers and power. I see your point. I think I'm ready to make a decision. Well, I'm going to see what she says if I say this. The deserters are a community. I can't just destroy what they built.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Alright, and Reed tells me that Edgewater's going to die without workers and power.
That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
Alright. Thank you for that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
Alright, so she wants me to turn the power off to the deserters, and that's also what Vicar Max wanted me to do. So I'm just going to do that. I haven't gotten in too far with the deserter stuff because I don't want to... I can't be arsed. Let's see. I like hearing from you. I was barely listening to you. Let's get going. Alright, let's get going. Let me get back to looting this stuff here. I'm looting things. Alright, anything else to loot here? Alright. Okay, this is it. Redirect plower. Plant status. Okay. Operating at 22% efficiency. Power is currently being distributed to Edgewater and Botanical Laboratory. Structural damage detected. Okay, let's redirect the power. Warning, are you sure you want to continue? High likelihood of moderate or to severe structural damage. Yep, let's go. Please select a destination. Redirect power to Edgewater. Redirect power to the Botanical Laboratory. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and redirect it to Edgewater. Oh yeah, look right there. Botanical Lab, that pipe is labeled, and that one's labeled Edgewater, and now it's just going up to Edgewater. Spacer's Choice reputation increased. Probably deserter reputation decreased. Yeah, there it went. They're not gonna like me. Oh, it doesn't tell me what to do next. Oh, here we go. Convince the deserters to return. Now that their power is off, you should have an easier time convincing the deserters to move back. Alright. Let's see what my reputation is. Alright, Spacer's Choice 71% positive. Deserters 18% negative. I'm probably not going to be able to convince them to go back to town unless I do some quests for them. At least go find Zoe, maybe? I think that's one of the quests. Search Zoe's home for clues. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna take the logic module back to Ludwig. Oh. Ouch, that sounded painful. Oh, no. This should be the way out. Yeah, exit. Right there. Okay. Vending machine discovered. Okay. Have we already been in that office? No? Let's see what's in here. Dead receptionist. Access file 01. I had to borrow your copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. I've already got that. Chaos everywhere. Mechanical's gone haywire. Gunfire. Hearing screams. Oh law, I think that was someone's leg. Would like to leave early for the day. Please deduct delinquency fee from my pay. Thank you. Proud to be a member of Spacer's Choice family. Alright. I guess they didn't make it home. What's up here? Okay, we've already been up here. Just somehow we missed that door there. Okay. Alright. Let's go back out to the Emerald Vale. And while we're sitting through this long loading screen, I'll remind everyone that I am doing Halloween giveaways between now and October. While supplies last, I'll just keep giving things away while I have things to give. Nothing exciting, just little Halloween things. Stickers, fortune telling, little cards and things. I don't know, all kinds of little doodads and goodies, just for fun, for Halloween. If you're interested, let me know in the comments. Leave a message in the chat room, leave a comment on the video, or you can DM me directly anytime through patreon.com. Go to patreon.com/JewelSmith, and you'll also find links to other things that I do, other ways to get a hold of me. I'm on Twitter. Or you can leave a comment on my community tab. There's a post there on my YouTube channel. There's a community tab and it talks about the giveaway here. Ah, this game sure is pretty. think I'll just use my rifle here as we're wandering around generally. Alright, I think we've looted everything in here already. Except that. Alright. Oh, so pretty. Alright, I should be able to go to the map. Let's fast travel down here to the landing pad and give Ludwig his logic module. Prefabricated living, just like home. Taste the freedom. Spacer's choice. Yeah, I love that idea of the modular houses. You just landed on the planet, do a few quick little modifications, and you got yourself a house or a building. Connect them, stack them up like Legos. Alright, Ludwig. Hey, dude. I want to talk to him. I don't want to point my gun at him.
Never seen the Vale lit up like this before.
I got you the logic module from the geothermal plant.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Ooh, Spacer's Choice are now revering me. I've gained the Shock Stick bit cartridge times 500. Oh, thank you. That's a lot of bits. Thank you. Now that their power is off, you should have an easier time convincing them to return. Yeah, I don't know about that. Search Zoe's home. Yeah, let's do that. They're going to be mad at me probably, but I don't know if they'll shoot at me. Since talking to them is part of this main quest line, I don't think they're going to shoot. I hope. Yeah, they're all gathered around the fireplace. Deciding what they're going to do about me. Let's go check out Zoe's house. Examine. Good news, I'm alive, starting to feel a little better too. There's a group of deserters living out in the old botanical labs. They found a way to grow some food, or something that passes for food. Adelaide boiled a pot of something green and leafy and told me to drink it twice a day for my symptoms. Tastes atrocious, but I've been feeling better. Yeah, see, spoiler alert. Since I've already played this before, I know what's going on. The food that they're growing is not nutritious. The planets were terraformed for humans to live there, but turns out they weren't terraformed good enough. So basically the food that they have is not nutritious, and so everyone's slowly getting these quote-unquote plagues and sicknesses and dying of starvation, basically, and malnutrition. So Adelaide is taking bodies from the cemetery and turning them into fertilizer, and is able to grow some more nutritious food. And that's what's happening here. I haven't talked to her about it in this playthrough, but I remember talking to her about it before. So she says that she could see herself leading a cadre of marauders, a band of bandits. What would we call ourselves? The Formidable 14, the 100 Hooligans, featuring Zoe, Bandit Queen. So she's probably run off to be a Bandit Queen. And yeah, I already know that because I've already done this quest once before. It's so dark in here. Oh, there's another one. No more Edgewater for me, no more cannery, no more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another's? I got sick and grabbed a little too much Adrena time. Is that really a crime? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriate a box of Adrena time and suddenly you're committing larceny. So she got sick and tried to take care of herself, and she got in trouble. And they threw her out, and she came to live here. That's the last note. Today's the day, Zoe. Take your destiny into your own hands. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits are living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires. Probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folk like me. Living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. Yep. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food, and I've got some spare cans of salt tuna. Everybody loves Adrena time, even marauders, right? This is gonna be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. Alright. We searched her home for clues. Now we have to go and find her. Do we, though? Maybe she's happy being a marauder bandit queen. But I think if we do this quest, it'll make the deserters a little bit more friendly toward me. That's where she is. And that's going to involve... Oh, I don't want to fast travel into a primal nest. That's going to involve fighting a bunch of bandits. Alright, but so is this one. Yep, alright. Let's go back to the ship and see if we can fix up our weapons, do a little inventory management, maybe fix up our armor, and then we'll go try to take on some bandits. Some marauders. I'm of mixed feelings about it. I kind of like the idea of letting Zoe stay with the marauders and eventually lead them into taking over the whole region. That would be pretty cool. Because I just have a hard time hating marauders in this game. I mean, in most games, the bandits and the raiders and stuff are just totally irredeemable, but in this game, the marauders are just folks trying to survive, and for whatever reasons, they fall through the cracks or they get sick of being part of the corporations, and so they go out to live on their own, and I don't blame them one bit. So... maybe we will just leave Zoe where she is. Alright, so what have we got? Let's take a look. I have my light pistol. Ooh, it needs to be repaired. I don't have a lot of weapon parts, though. What else have I got? The machine gun and the stun baton. Oh, alright, let's repair it. Oh, right, we have the shock stick. The stun baton. Oh, it's a pristine stun baton, so we could sell it. Assault rifle. And assault rifle, okay. I don't need 2 assault rifles unless Parvati starts using one. What has she got? The light pistol. 132. 215, okay. Yeah, let's give her that. That does a little more damage, you think? Alright. Plasma cutter, plasma rifle, light pistol. Light machine gun. That does a lot of damage per second. But I've already got one here. And an impact hammer. I think Parvati's already got one of those. Hers has got electric and does 131. This does 142. Does not have any modifications on it. We could mod it. Let's see about installing a mod on this thing. Mr. Power, we could give her a plasma. Mr. Ouch. Power attack damage. I know I've got 3 of these. But I think this looks pretty cool. Let's put that on there. Alright. Magazine changes the weapon's damage type to plasma. I don't know if I want to do that. Ah, yeah, ranged weapon. 2x scope that extends the weapon's maximum range. Gyro sight, range weapon spread. Sure, why not? I have 3 of them. Assault rifle and assault rifle. Oh, that's Parvati's now. Okay, I see. Sawed-off shotgun is nice. Oh, right, we were gonna give her this. There we go. Oh, I can pick the lock on this one.
Nice.
Light assault rifle. Okay. Can I store things in here? Oh, not until I get the power running. Then the ship's not really mine. Yeah, the ship's not really mine yet. Dang it. Alright. So what did I just pick up? Light assault rifle. 180. Yeah, I don't need that. It's pristine though. I don't think I... Oh, that's got a nice sell value though. Alright. Should we sell that? I think we should. I don't think we need this shovel. I don't think there's actually any kind of like digging in the game that we need to save it for. So we'll scrap it. Alright, what else have we got here? Riot control armor. Well, I have this troop armor that's a 9. So I don't really need that. But it looks like I do need to repair my armor. So let's see if I can do that. Yes. Okay. Alright. I think that's as fixed up as we're going to be able to be. Fast travel to Edgewater. Yeah. It's very quiet today in the chat room. Normally I would be interacting with the chat room during these loading screens. Saying hello. Answering questions and all of that, but it's very, very quiet today. Maybe my YouTube notifications didn't go out in a timely manner. That happens.
Cannery's been running at full capacity all day.
Must be all that extra power.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet. Music to my ears.
Alright, let's sell our junk. How many bits do I have now? Does that say 3,609? Is that how much money I have? Oh, dang. I could buy Maxwell. Sell. What else could I sell? Alright. Okay. How's my inventory? Oh, there's only one salt tuna left. Hello, Gentugo! How you doing? Welcome to the chat room. How's your Sunday? Oh, Michael's saying going back and forth to the laundry room with some more stuff to do. Okay! You just got me running in the background? I appreciate it. Thank you.
Another day at the cannery.
Alright, well now this city's got full power. Oh, we've got 2 quests out here to do. River Hideout. Alright, well let's just head out here and do them, I guess. Actually, let's go out here and see if they'll talk to me. Maybe I don't have to do a bunch of quests to convince them to go back. I'm assuming that I have to do quests to make them like me, to convince them to go back to town, but maybe I don't. Let's just go out there and talk to them and see what happens. Oh, there's that cool loading screen that I converted into my thumbnail for my last live stream. I was kind of proud of myself for that one. If you haven't seen it, go to my channel and check out my live stream from Friday. There's a thumbnail on that one that I made with this loading screen. I kind of modified it to say part 2 instead of Adrena time, and now with more DLC. It was fun. I like photoshopping things. I don't technically use Photoshop. I use GIMP, but yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, they're standing around being angry. I guess I'll go in and talk to Adelaide.
What happened? That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit.
Yeah, I deserve that.
This is all you're doing.
Yep.
Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
It's not personal, Adelaide. I need your power regulator. Reed needs his people back. I mean, I want to say, you know, well, the Vicar and Parvati here, who lives here, you know, I mean, I don't live here. I don't really know the ins and outs of everything that's going on. The people that do live here, the 2 that I've talked to, they think I should have done it, and so I did it. And I also want the power regulator. But I'll say Reed needs his people back.
You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility.
Okay.
And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Ugh. I'm willing to deal with Reed for you. You're being unreasonable. Come back to Edgewater. What happened to you, Adelaide? This anger had to come from somewhere. I think her son died working at the cannery, and they wouldn't give him medicine or something. I guess I could do the same thing I did before. Should I just say I'm willing to deal with Reed?
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Okay. I'll need some help convincing him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again.
Yep.
I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses.
That's what I was saying earlier.
I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
Now see, this is the part where there's like this massive plot hole that I don't understand in this game. Alright, I guess I'll say spoiler alert for anyone that may be watching and still wants to play this game that hasn't played it. But you eventually find out that, like I said, I was saying a little bit earlier, everyone is dying slowly of malnutrition and starvation because the food they're growing is not nutritious enough to sustain the population. But there's not, that I ever found, and the whole time that I played through this game the first time and exhausted every dialogue option and did every side quest, there was no way to say to anybody, hey, I met this lady back at the beginning of the game and she knows how to make the soil nutritious again, so why don't we just talk to her and fix this problem? Like, there's not an option to say that. So there's this whole, third act or whatever that involves this big reveal that, the colony is going to collapse from malnutrition and there's nothing we can do about it, and you have to side with the board or you have to help revive the scientists on the Hope ship. And, it's this whole thing. And I'm just like, the whole time I'm going, but Adelaide's got this figured out. Do you guys remember that first quest? Adelaide's got it figured out. Why do I have to do all of this? Why can I tell no one about it? It was such a huge, just gaping plot hole. And I never understood that. If I ever got to talk to anyone who worked on this game, that would be my biggest question about the storyline is, what in the heck? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Alright. You think that'll convince Reed to step down?
I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
Okay, great. Alright, let's go back and talk to Reed. Get him to leave. Oh, Chintugo says, not bad, just got home. Oh, you've been working all day? How are you feeling? Oh, I'm going to take a little drink while I sit here and wait for it to load. Oh, good. You're feeling good. Excellent. Yeah, I think the last time I talked to you about you were having some problems with your back, with your health or something. I hope that means everything got straightened out. I'm glad. Oh, Nothing worse than having back pain or health problems and you just can't function normally, can't enjoy life. Alright, we need to go find Reed and talk to him. He's in the cannery. I like how the main sign right here over the cannery is like missing letters. Spaces. Choice. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you're feeling better, Gentugo. Alright, Reed.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Adelaide won't come back as long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town.
You're a mess. Your town's a mess. The town's terrified of the plague. Abernathy asked me to steal medicine for him.
I am not without compassion for Abernathy's predicament, but the plague has taken a hard toll on us all. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Well, I tried. No. Adelaide's people aren't getting sick with the plague.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
This town doesn't eat anything but saltuna. Of course you're going to get sick. Have you people ever eaten an actual vegetable?
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice saltuna cannery. We eat saltuna here, and only saltuna.
I'm pretty sure it's your food that's making you sick. You need Adelaide's garden. What exactly are you putting in the cans? Yeah.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
Ooh, persuasion. Adelaide found a way to grow food, and she'll come back if you step down.
You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Ooh, I can lie to him. All I know is it involves some really complicated math, and it works. She's been using human corpses. I think that's what I said before. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try lying to him.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is...
All right.
Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
And what are your plans now?
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not? That's the very first option. Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
You won't last a day outside the walls, you know.
I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week.
You don't have to do this, you know.
I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs.
Alright, bye. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Let's go talk to Adelaide then, I guess. Alright. And now back to Adelaide. And I should be able to get my power regulator and get my ship running now. Hello, welcome to the chat room, John. Playing the Outer Worlds. Yeah, this is my second playthrough, actually. I have an Outer Worlds playlist on my channel, and there are highlights from my first playthrough. And there's a few of my live streams. I think maybe the very first one and the very last one. But yeah, I'm doing kind of a quick playthrough this time. Oh, there's chickens. Did I know there were chickens? I can talk to the chicken? Oh. No, not really. Okay. If I kill the chicken, will everyone freak out like in Skyrim? Anyway, I'm not doing all the side quests. This is not a complete... I'm just trying to get to the DLC. Because my first playthrough was back before they had released the DLC.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Yep, and Reed is gone.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Ooh, the board's angry at me. Oh, I feel so bad about that. Not. Oh, I got Adelaide's watch. Okay, thanks. Edgewater's better off with you running the place. Sure.
You telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater?
Well, no, but that's how it worked out.
Some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Why don't you just plant the garden in the cemetery? How about that? Cut out the middleman. Level up to 6. Sweet! Oh, Michael's saying, yeah, having a stream in the background can be good. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Having it running in the background. I totally understand, yeah. Reed is a dude I don't understand. His character could have been more. Yeah, well, I think that's true of a lot of the characters in this game. They could have done a lot more. I think they had kind of a limited development cycle. And the game was a bit rushed to get it out the door. I know I've watched some making of videos on YouTube. I think is it called No Clip is the channel that does the video game documentaries. But, you know, there was a lot more they wanted to include in the game and a lot more they wanted to do with the characters and stuff. So, you know, yeah, this game could have been a lot more. Could have been a lot more. But now I got my power regulator. Woohoo! Let's get out of here with all the beepy beepins. I guess she's gonna take her folks and go back to town. Hello, hi Stella, welcome to the chat room. John is asking, do you have a Twitch account? I do. Twitch.tv/JewelSmith, just like my YouTube channel is JewelSmith. I'm also JewelSmith on Patreon, patreon.com/JewelSmith, and there's a bunch of links there to other things that I do when I'm not playing video games. Michael's saying, in Barrytown, New York, there's a famous house named Edgewater. Yeah, I imagine this place is named Edgewater because, you know, it's on the edge of the water. Probably not a lot of thought went into that, but... Alright, well, we have done this. We have leveled up. We have points to spend. Okay, what are we going to do here? I think I'm going to put some into tech. Let's start creeping that one up. I'm not planning to use a lot of melee or defense. Those two kind of go together. I'm going to stick with ranged, so... dialogue is mighty important in this game. And stealth. And tech. And leadership. They're all important. I'll go with stealth. Oh. Apply. There we go. We've got a perk to spend, but we haven't unlocked tier 2 yet, so what are we going to do? I don't care about vendor prices. Because this game is so full of stuff, I don't really end up doing much with the vendors. It would be nice to get more XP from companion kills, but it's not that important right now. Yeah, I think I like the high maintenance. Then I don't have to worry quite as much about my weapons and armor. Either that or, I mean, I do want to get the Strider. It would be nice to walk a little faster, run a little faster, and carry more would be good. Alright, let's do carry weight. Those of you who've watched me for a long time know that I do tend to pick up everything that's not nailed down, so... let's do that. One second, I'm gonna take a little drink. For those who have just joined us and maybe didn't hear me say it earlier, my tail is dragging. I am so tired. I did not sleep well last night. So I am very sleepy. Yeah, exactly. Every John's saying you can just skip the idea of buying stuff with the storekeepers. Yeah, when I played through the first time, I don't think I did much purchasing from them. Maybe when I was trying to do that, there's that one quest where you have to bring different types of clothing to that lady in Byzantium. I may have gone to like a clothing merchant on the Groundbreaker or something. But yeah, generally there's just so much stuff everywhere. Ammo and Adrenatime and all that kind of stuff that, you know, you don't really end up needing to buy anything. About the only thing I would do at the vendors or the vending machines was unload my junk to make more money. That's about it. Yeah. Alright. So now what?
Food found is spoiled.
I'm level 6. There we go. Quests. Return to the Unreliable. You have a power regulator. You can return to your ship. Awesome! I don't really care about finding Zoe. I don't care about collecting fingers. I don't even really care much about getting the cash and medicine. Alright, let's go back to the ship then. Let's get off of this rock. Come on. There we go. I did some reading online to find out how long it would take me to get to the DLC, and apparently for both of them I have to have finished Act 2, I guess you would call it. The next world that we travel to, or we pick up Nyoka. I can't remember the name of it. Basically...
Is this your ship?
Oh, hi, Parvati.
Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship.
Yeah, you can come with.
Working on a real engine. Belonging to a proper crew.
Sure, Kaylee. I mean,
really
Parvati.
Just a mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
Okay, I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you?
Sure.
I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Yep, you can come along. Pick a cabin, it's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now.
I won't take her with me, though. I never do. In my first playthrough, I just left her on the ship all the time. I prefer Vicar Max and Nyoka and Felix. I never felt right taking Parvati with me to go fight things. I mean, I like taking her on the ship. I like getting her off of Edgewater and that crappy town. But I never took her with me to fight things. And now let's sit here through another loading screen. Nope, no loading screen. That was quick. And there's the Vicar waiting for me. Hey, Max.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
All right. Oh, I'm not trying to shoot him. I'm trying to talk to him.
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
What's your story? Tell me again about the book we picked up that's in French. Any ideas where we can find someone who speaks French? Alright, what's your story, Max? I've done all these dialogue options before, but let's do them again because I like Max. He is my favorite character in this game. And that's another reason that I'm doing a second playthrough. Alright, so my reasons for this playthrough are the DLC, to play it on hard, because I played it on normal before and it was too easy, so I'm playing on hard, and so that I can do all of Vicar Max's quests again, because I like Vicar Max. Those are my 3 reasons for playing again.
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why were you so passionate?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, A faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But weren't they proud when you became a vicar?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
I know, and that's why I like you. Everything about this dude. And what's the plan that you keep talking about?
The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
Well, if you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right? That's a convenient way to control the masses. Besides the Grand Architect and the plan, what else do you believe? I'm gonna go with number 1.
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go,
the more extreme
it's like
the
an
correction.
Unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
I love the philosophy in this game. I really do. I love that their religion is actually based on science. And then the other faction, I think they're called the Philosophists. They're also extremely intriguing to me. They don't go into it too deeply in this game, but they go into it just deep enough. And I really enjoy it. It gives it an interesting facet to the game. And I really like Max's character. Now, when I first met him in my first playthrough, I thought he was a pompous asshole. And then eventually he kind of, he has his story arc and he changes. But I still like him. Like, even though I don't necessarily believe what he believes or agree with his, his outlook on life. Because part of scientism in this game, part of his religion, the OSI religion, the Order of Scientific Inquiry, is that, everything is part of the plan, so you just accept your lot in life, which helps to shore up the position of the corporations, doesn't it? If you can say, well, working at this corporation is all part of the plan, and doing what you're told is all part of the plan, and, then it makes it very easy to control people. And I don't like that. I don't like that. But the thing about Vicar Max is in spite of disagreeing with him, I admire him because I admire his desire to understand the universe, to understand his place in it. I admire, his drive to discover things, and even though he's like, well, we should all follow the plan, and he says that, but like deep down, he's trying to find this book that he's not supposed to have, and he's trying to find answers that he's not really supposed to be trying to find, and I love that. I love that about him. It's like, a person who is genuinely good, who is genuinely intelligent, who is genuinely interested in finding truth, is someone that even if they're not quite on the same place in their journey as you are, is at least someone that you can trust, I think. I think that's, you can trust them to eventually get to the right place, to eventually, if their goal is that they want to be good, if their goal is that they want knowledge, if their goal is that they want perspective, that they want peace, that they want, these certain things, eventually they're going to get there. And so I just really love him as a character. He's just this fantastic character. Anyway, and eventually his journey takes him to interesting places and makes him, in my opinion, even more interesting and admirable. But anyway, yeah, he's a big reason I wanted to play this game again. I want to have him as a follower. I want him because when I played the first time, I was trying out all the different followers. So I would go and do things, and I would take Ellie with me and try her out a little bit, or I would take Sam with me and try him out a little bit, or whatever. And I want to do this whole game with Vicar Max at my side. That's one thing I want to do in this playthrough. Let me check in with the chat room, though, real quick. There's been a lot of comments going by while I'm sitting here and swooning over Vicar Max. Yeah. Every John's saying one of my favorite quests is the acting audition. Yeah, that one's pretty cool, isn't it? I think I screwed that one all up in my first playthrough. I completely screwed it up. So maybe I'll have to try that one again and see if I can do something better. Oh, Michael is saying, am I wrong, or is vicar a very British word? Well, I know that they do have vicars in the UK. I think the Anglican Church has vicars. But they may not be the only one that has vicars. I don't know enough about that, to be honest. But we can look it up. I can Google vicar and see what it tells us. Yeah, okay, so the Church of England has vicars, and the Episcopal Church apparently has vicars, is what this says. A representative, yeah, of the church, Roman Catholic Church. Ah, alright. It says in Catholicism, the Pope uses the title Vicar of Christ, or in Latin, Vicarius Christi? I don't know how to pronounce Latin very well. And I guess there's some vicars in Eastern Orthodox Church, Anglicans, Lutherans, it says. The vicar. There are vicars in Lutheran Church too. So yeah, I guess it's not just a UK thing. But because there's vicars in the Church of England, you do hear that word a lot on UK TV shows and stuff. In their culture. Hey, Kukai, how you doing? I see you in the chat room. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing that right. Hey, Herman! Welcome to the chat room. I was just thinking about you today. I'm glad you got a chance to stop by. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Okay, so we asked him what his story was. It seems quite trusting of you to sign on without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
Oh, what if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
Oh boy. Yeah, I know that feeling. When you have a dream that you pursue throughout life, and then you get there and either do what you wanted to do or don't, and then what? What do you do next? What do you do with yourself? Yeah. There's a certain, because he's older, there's this wise sort of melancholy to him that I also really like. Anyway, stop gushing about Vicar Max. I was a colonist on the Hope, and a scientist saved me. I'm a thrill seeker. I love a good adventure. I'm going to tell him the truth.
And how did he do that?
He stole my body from the Hope and thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to help him recover the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
That is a very good question, Max. Oh man, that's a good question. Because it's the right thing to do.
A commendable attitude.
Alright, tell me again about the book we picked up that's in French.
Baconu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Alright, any idea where we can find someone who speaks French?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Baconu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Okay. A former what now?
You caught me. Listen, the OSI frowns on fraternization with philosophists. I'd like to keep my associations with our scholar friend quiet.
Alright, how do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps
now
a
we've started his
all
quest
manifest for both arrivals and departures.
And how is it that a simple vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Oh, I love it. I love that he is self-taught. He's just like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna go figure out how to hack things. Let me go and do that. Yeah. Smarty pants. Alright, how will the crew manifest, help us track in? Yeah, I don't need to get into all that. Yeah, sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
You're very welcome. You can repay me later. Alright. Now, we're going to use these for storage yet, can we? No? Alright, let me go talk to the ship.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Okay.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Are we ready to go now? I have the power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Plug it in. Ooh, engineering 20. Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Okay. All right. We're good to go. Hey, Parvati. I'm doing all right, Kukai. Thank you. I am a bit tired. I didn't sleep very well last night, so I am dragging. But thank you for asking. Oh, Herman says, I am still around. Never expected you on YouTube. Yeah, no, I've come back to, I'm going to stream this on YouTube. I mean, I haven't been doing a lot of streaming over the summer. I've been streaming on Twitch, but generally only on Sundays. And that's mainly just so I could record my Fallout 3 playthrough, and then I've been editing that into edited videos, and that was just, you know, something I wanted to try out for a while. And I learned a lot about editing, and I've really enjoyed my Fallout 3 playthrough. But yeah, for Outer Worlds, I didn't want to be streaming it on Twitch. I'm not a huge fan of Twitch. I moved over there. I mean, I never abandoned my YouTube channel. I have streamed here occasionally over the past few years, and I upload videos constantly.
There you are.
And yeah, Parvati, I'm standing here talking. So, you know, I was doing both. I had Twitch and YouTube, but you know, I wanted to try Twitch out and just see what it would be like. You know, it has a lot of features that YouTube didn't have a couple years ago. When I created my Twitch channel, there were a lot of things that YouTube did not do. Like, I mean, now YouTube has like the YouTube memberships and the super chat, and you know, it's got a little bit better moderation tools, and it's got some things that it didn't used to have now. But Twitch has a lot of features that I just don't use. I'm not into all the bells and whistles and pop-ups and sound effects, and you know, it's like a circus, you know, which is fine if you like circuses. I don't, so you know, I was just, you know, just doing boring old streaming over there, mainly just, you know, like I said, as a way to record my Fallout 3 game footage that I would then download and edit for YouTube. But yeah, for this playthrough of Outer Worlds, I just figured I'd come back to YouTube and just stream it all here, hang out and stream. Because it's on PlayStation, that's another reason. Like, if I play an indie game on PC, I'll be back over on Twitch, because I can stream very easily with the Twitch. There's a little Twitch app on my laptop that makes it very easy for me to stream onto Twitch. But I don't have my laptop set up to stream to YouTube. That's something I haven't had time to work on, to figure out. But you know, if I get a chance, I am gonna see if I can maybe figure out how to stream from my laptop to YouTube, so I don't have to go through Twitch. I mean, this is where I have a larger following. You know, I recently hit 2,000 subscribers, but I think over on YouTube, or I'm sorry, over on Twitch, I only have like just under 200. So I have more than 10 times as many subscribers over here on YouTube. So that's another reason that I came back to YouTube. Or, you know, I'm doing my live streaming on YouTube. But yeah, you know, it just depends. I mean, there'll probably be some things, like I said, probably be some things I'll go back to Twitch to play. Some games are just not that great for live streaming, to be honest. You know, they're all right if I'm going to edit the highlights into a video for YouTube, but they're not necessarily something that I would want to stream the whole thing on YouTube. So, you know, I might do that on Twitch. I don't know. They're two different platforms that I use in two different ways, so, you know, it just depends on what I'm playing. But I wrapped up Fallout 3.
So what's the plan?
Alright, Parvati, the plan is we're going to get this ship off the ground. And I'm going to answer questions in the chat room. I love how much this game is like Firefly, though. Anyone who's not familiar with Firefly, it was a science fiction TV show. Oh gosh, what's it been, about 20 years now? 20 years ago? I cannot believe that much time has gone by, honestly. That's crazy. Well, I think the movie, no, it wasn't 20. It was like 15 years ago, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. Anyway, it was ages ago when my kids were little. And it was canceled after one season, but it was a really good season. And it had a very similar aesthetic. This game, the layout of the ship is very similar to the ship in the show, and a lot of the characters and the quests are very similar. Parvati is like a character named Kaylee. Even this quest where we have to get the engine part so that the engine runs again. You know, there's an episode of Firefly where you know, there's a part on the engine that doesn't work anymore, and they have to get a new one to get it working. And you know, there's a lot of little Easter eggs and things that reference Firefly in this game. Like there's a point where you walk in, there's like a random occurrence sometimes where you walk on board your ship and there's some cows down there in the cargo hold, and that's a reference to an episode of Firefly. There's this dead person that you can find on one of the planets that's named Big Damn Hero, and that's a reference to Firefly. The character of Reed Thompson very much looks like the character of Badger in Firefly. There's tons of Firefly references in this game, and that's another reason I love it so much. But alright, let's go back and talk to Ada. Break my leg. Ouch! Walk it off. Walk it off.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I guess the power regulator is
All
installed.
systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
Can I get into my cabin now?
To bring the unreliable into low altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Great. Okay. Let's go. Woo! Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight. Yay! We got the ship off the ground. Right, Gentiugo says, and there's a man called Jane. Jane, the man they call Jane. Yeah, and that was a story, that episode of Firefly was about a corporate town, right? All those people that were forced to work in the mud pits or whatever it was.
We received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Okay. And they viewed Jane as a hero that stood up to the corporation or whatever. All right, let's hear from Phineas Wells.
There you are, hale and hearty and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage?
I beg your pardon?
Normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Unnatural drippage. I've been feeling a little lightheaded, and I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right.
Nice.
You need to get to Stellar Bay on
Stellar
Monarch.
Bay.
I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists.
That's where we pick up
Gladys
Nyoka.
Kilkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
You can now travel to Phineas's lab from your ship. Alright, I'll go have a word with Gladys. Why do I need a nav key? I already know. Yeah, in order to land right next to the main town in Stellar Bay, you need the nav key. Otherwise, you have to land on the other side of the planet or the other side of the settlement or whatever, and you have to fight your way through a bunch of monsters, which I might do, because that might be fun. You're asking me to get involved in the black market? Yeah. Or I could put a couple light years between me and Halcyon. Can't I land somewhere outside Stellar Bay? Alright, yeah, let's let him explain that.
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly.
Okay. Alright, I'll go have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design.
Ooh, here we go.
Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time.
Yeah, like a little cloaking device kind of thing.
The holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Woohoo! Okay, thanks. Do you want to explain what it is? Sure, why not?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
Okay. Sure, the thing has limitations. Yeah. I know how it works. It's good. It's all good.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab.
Anyway, yeah, it's not a perfect disguise.
Don't trust the board.
Yeah.
They'll
Okay,
try
dude.
to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie.
Yep.
The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Yep.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Ooh, look, we can see the planet from up here. Nice. Yeah, the holographic shroud thing is not perfect. People will see through it. It only works, in a limited amount of times. I guess it flickers or something, and then people notice and they stop you. But, it's something anyway. Okay, can I sit? Ooh, there's a captain's chair. Can I sit in it? Can't sit in the captain's chair. Come on. Alright, let's go check out the ship. There's Parvati. Now I can get into the captain's quarters. Yay! And there's the Edgewater sign. Because I finished the Edgewater quest. There's the holographic shroud. Will disguise you and your companions if you have the correct ID cartridge. Great. There's my bed. Doesn't look very comfortable. I feel like I would keep hitting my knees on the edge of this thing. And it would be hard to climb out of. There, now I can move things into storage. Adelaide's watch. Sell value. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, let's sell it. Thank you, Adelaide. Oh, what's this? Sentry Saber. Okay. I really love how, as you complete quests and go to different areas in the game, that this room fills up with doodads. You get all kinds of little things. So there's shelves here, and there's stuff that appears on the walls and on the tables and things. It's really cool. I love it. Let's go see Vicar Max's room. Alright, now this room has opened up, and this is Sam. And in order to get Sam as a companion, we have to go and do some kind of side quest. I don't remember what it was. And then he comes to life, and you can use him as a companion. He'll go with you, help you fight things, or he'll just wander around the ship and clean it. He's actually a cleaning robot, sanitary robot of some kind. There's no response from the automechanical unit. A serial number etched in its chassis includes the letters Sam. Alright, sure. I'm not going to bother with that because I don't really want to use Sam as a companion, and also he's annoying clunking around the ship. I mean, he's fine. He's fine. He's you know, it's fine. But I don't really care enough to go through the side quest to get him working. I think this is Parvati's. Yeah, she's got a Spacer's Choice sign on the wall. This is Parvati's room. This is not a petunia, but it's named Petunia the plant. Sure. She's got some goodies in here. I'm not going to take her stuff. Modern Steel Wrench and You. Book is heavily dog-eared with doodles in the margins. Okay. Oh, she's got a bunch of ammo. Well, sure, why not? I'll take it. What's this? Is that her toolkit? Banged up toolbox. Nice. Oh, and Abigail. First wrench Dad ever gave me. She's been a friend ever since. Oh, that's cool. And there's things you can find in the world that if you pick them up, they will not be in your inventory, but they'll show up back on the ship. So eventually, these bedrooms that belong to the different crew members will have all kinds of objects in them if you find all the objects. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like that little game mechanic. A stern older man with warm eyes. Photo of Parvati's father. Aww. That's nice. This is Vicar Max's room. He's got the little OSI flag there. The religious symbol on this flag denotes the Order of Scientific Inquiry. He's got a bunch of books. Textbooks that have been out of print for almost half a century. Margins are filled with scribbled notes. Passages have been underlined. Aww. The Journal of Maximilian de Soto, Volume 1. The scribblings are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Max. Oh, that's so cool. Either his handwriting's really bad or he's writing in code, right? Either way, it's pretty cool. And there he is, sitting and reading. That's what he does. Art and Science of Tossball. That's funny. Oh, a little deck of cards. Tossball trading cards in mint condition. Nice. Index of damned... Oh, banned. I thought it said damned literature. Banned literature? For official OSI eyes only. Part 1. Part 2, Part 3. Part 4, Part 5. Okay. Anointment vial. Smells suspiciously like iceberg aged whiskey. Oh, look at the bookshelves. Oh, I love the books. And the black skull and everything. It's so cool. Is that a book I can look at? Oh. Oh, I can sleep in here? Really? Oh, you don't mind if I curl up here, Max? Oh. I love the light fixtures in this game. Alright, and I think this is going to be Felix's room when we eventually pick up Felix. I'm pretty sure. And then this one will be Nyoka's room. And that one will be Ellie's room. Well, I don't know. Maybe this is Felix's room and this is Ellie's room. But Felix and Ellie are on this side of the ship. And this is Nyoka's room here. Alright, I'm not going to bother picking up Ellie, though. I don't like her. I don't like her enough to pick her up and bring her on the ship. So cool. Alright, alright, alright. Yeah. And we should have the bathroom back here now. Yep. There it is. Oh, let me check in with the chat room. Herman doesn't like Twitch, so I'm glad to see you here. Yeah, you're not the only one. I mean, I'm not a huge fan either. I will watch people on Twitch from time to time, but yeah. It's nice being back on YouTube. I mean, like I said, I never really left. I just hadn't been doing a lot of live streams on YouTube. Or a lot of live streams in general, so, you know, that's fine. But yeah, I figured, you know, there's a lot of people that like watching me over here, so I'll just stream here. Gotta find out how to stream on my PC. Yeah, I gotta figure it out one of these days. Box beds. Yeah. Kukai says Fallout 4 has a Sam robot, if I remember correctly. I don't remember a Sam robot in Fallout 4, but you could be correct. I don't know. Let's Google it. Googling Fallout Sam and robot just gives me Sam Warwick, who's a character that lives in the Capital Wasteland. Nope. I don't know. Nothing's coming up on a quick search. Yeah, yeah. Gentiugo says, I like that she has a plant named Petunia, but it's not a petunia. Yeah, I know. It's just so cute. Yeah, right. Every John says he loves reading books and he drinks. Yep. My kind of guy. Reminds me of my husband. Oh, it's Pam. Right. Yeah. On Fallout. The robot, Kukai is saying that the robot is Pam. That's right. In the railroad. Okay. What now? I guess we gotta go somewhere. Let's look at our inventory. We're on the ship. Let's do inventory management. Sentry Saber, don't care. Let's break it down into parts so we can repair our other weapons. Impact hammer. Okay, now that we can store things, let's store... I'll use one cabinet for clothing and one cabinet for weapons. Oh, there we go. That's Parvati's original hammer. We'll store it in there. We have a grenade launcher, which may or may not be helpful later on. Plasma rifle. We've got a couple of plasma rifles. Okay, we don't need both. Let's break one down for parts. We have a sawed-off shotgun, which does a decent amount of damage, I gotta say. But not as much as the assault rifle. And we have a plasma cutter and a plasma rifle. This actually, I mean, the plasma is nice because it burns people, so there's like an ongoing energy effect. But, you know, if I can just kill them outright by shooting them a whole lot, then, you know, that's nice too. So, I don't think I necessarily want to keep the plasma rifle. Alright, let's transfer... Oh, dang it. I hope they make this interface better. I hate having to keep going in and out of all these different menus. Let's unequip that. I'm gonna store it. It'll be there if we need it. I'm gonna store that. It'll be there if we need it. Alright, let's look at our armor. Still in good shape. Fancy dancy helmet. It's very nice. Let's store this stuff in here. Awesome. Ooh, it's closed up. I wonder why. Alright, so what quests are we going to do next? Main quest, Passage to Anywhere. Speak to Gladys on the Groundbreaker. And locate the security terminal on the Groundbreaker. Alright, I guess we're going to the Groundbreaker. Woo! Alright. Eridanos, that's where the DLC is going to take place, or at least one of them. I don't know where the other DLC will be. Maybe Typhon? Oh no, it's Gorgon. Peril on Gorgon. So wherever Gorgon is, I don't know. But alright, we're going to go to the Groundbreaker. Welcome to the system map. Here you can see all the planets in the system as well as some special points of interest. You can fly your ship to any location. Yeah, I already figured that out. Why didn't you show me that before? I actually already figured that out. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
Arrived at the Groundbreaker.
And there it is. Oh, look at that. So pretty.
Can we talk?
Sure, I guess.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson.
Oh, here we go. She can't be that good. This place is a dump. Why you gotta be so mean? Yeah, what about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Alright, I'm gonna state an unpopular opinion. I do not enjoy this quest. There's this whole long Shaggy Dog quest line where you help Parvati set up a date with this Junlei lady. I mean, I love that they get together, you know, that's cute, but like the quest itself just bored me to tears, and I wasn't that into it. So I am probably going to skip that here. I hope I don't offend anyone by not doing it, but I'm just not going to do it. We can head over to engineering now. Are you asking to leave my crew and join hers? I thought you said you keep the boat in good repair. Are you asking to leave my crew and join hers?
Gosh, no, Captain. I aim to stay so long as I'm welcome. I figured Junlei and I could confabulate over wireless or by message. And maybe when we put into Groundbreaker, I could stop by to visit her sometimes. But only when you don't need me with you.
Okay. Sure.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Nope. I'm good. I'm gonna check in with the chat though. Every John says the most annoying thing about Twitch is that they delete your past broadcasts. You need to put them on YouTube, etc. They do not delete mine, but I have Twitch Prime because I am an Amazon Prime member. There's a process by which you can archive your broadcasts. One, you can save them, and they'll be there for up to like 60 days if you have Twitch Prime. And then, but there's a way to go in. Maybe it's only available with Twitch Prime, but I go in and I archive them. And then they stay there forever. If you go to my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JewelSmith, I think it goes all the way back to like my God of War. I streamed God of War, my playthrough, back in 2018 or whenever it was, 2019. And I think that was the first thing I streamed on Twitch, and I think they're all still there. And a lot of my Outer Worlds stuff, I think, might still be there. I mean, if I archived it, it'll still be there. If I didn't archive it, it would fall off after 60 days. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that did fall off. Like, not all of my Fallout 3 stuff is there. Not all of my Stardew Valley stuff is there. But a lot of it still is. But it's just there's a certain process that you can do to archive it. And then it stays there. But Twitch is not really a platform that people go to watch, you know, static, previously streamed things. People mainly go there to watch live stuff. So even though I've archived a lot of things over there, I don't think people really watch it much. Not like they do on YouTube. If I do a YouTube video or if I archive a live stream on YouTube, it gets watched quite a bit. You kind of build up a whole catalog of things that people continue to find years later and watch. But on Twitch, not so much. Yeah, people go to Twitch for the live stuff. But it is possible to save things on Twitch. You just got to know how to do it. Or, you know, pay the Twitch Prime thing or whatever. Oh, every John saying, agree, the whole quest is really annoying and long. It's sweet that she found someone, but takes so long. I know, it's just, that's why I called it a Shaggy Dog quest. I don't know if you ever heard the term a Shaggy Dog story, but a Shaggy Dog story is one that goes on and on and on and on and on. And yeah, I didn't find it particularly fun. I mean, I like the idea of it, but I just didn't find it particularly enjoyable. So yeah, not going to do it. Yeah, I still listen. I highlight some of my past streams and they stay. Yeah, that's what I do. You go into the little highlights editor thing and you basically just highlight the whole stream and save it as a file on your channel, and then it's there forever. Yeah. Right, you're a captain of the spaceship, not a dating service. Right, exactly. Well, it's weird too because you can't romance any characters in the game, and I've read articles by the developers, like interviews with developers and stuff, where they talk about like, oh yeah, we didn't want to have romance because then it just becomes this whole thing of, you know, people trying to romance the characters and it's a distraction from the main story or whatever. And I'm like, but then they put in this whole long, complicated, drawn out thing that gets Parvati hooked up with someone. And it's kind of like, okay, you made this big complicated storyline that detracts from the main story so that we could have Parvati romance someone else, not us. Okay, you know. I mean, so there's still romance in the game. But apparently not for us. No romance for you, players. I don't really understand that perspective. I think having romanceable characters is not a story distraction, but enhances the story. Because I grow to care about the characters in video games or movies or TV or whatever, and I care about their reactions to things, and, you know, it's like, I don't really know what the difference is between me having a headcanon that I'm romantically involved with Max and not having it in the game. I mean, I don't know. I don't really understand their motivations. I think that it's one of two things. I have a theory. Either one, they just had limited time and resources and they didn't want to put time and resources into developing romantic quest lines or romantic dialogue, which is fine. If you just didn't have the time, then just say you didn't have the time to do it. But that's not what they say. If you go looking at the interviews and stuff, that's not what they say. They don't say, oh, we just had limited time and we couldn't put it in there. They say, we didn't want to put it in there. Which then, to me, that means it's option 2. Somebody that's in charge of this game has issues with romance. Either they have their own personal hang-ups about it, or they just think that it cheapens the game that they're trying to create or something. I mean, there are a lot of dudes, it's usually dudes, who have this attitude that anything that involves human emotion and romance and love and intimacy and whatever is just cheapens science fiction. I don't agree. But okay. And if they didn't have time or they didn't want to have the characters be romanceable for whatever reason, they could have at least put a line of dialogue in there. I don't think it would have hurt to have a line of dialogue, you know, with Parvati where she just says, oh, I'm sorry, Captain, you know, you're not my type. Or a line of dialogue with Vicar Max where he says, you know, I'm too busy, you know, concentrating on the plan of the universe or whatever. You know, Vicars don't generally have romantic relationships or something. Like, they could put lines in the game where it just at least acknowledges that, you know, falling in love or having feelings or feeling attracted to someone is a normal human function that we all have. You know, I mean, even Parvati, who's asexual, still feels, you know, attracted to Junlei. Maybe not sexually, but, you know, romantically or emotionally or whatever. I mean, people still want to bond and form relationships, generally. So, you know, whether sex is involved or not. And then they could have had some kind of acknowledgement that, yes, human beings do this, but in this particular case, these human beings are not going to do it with you. You know? But they don't even acknowledge it. They don't even give you the option of having a conversation or a line in the game. I just think that's really weird. In a game that leans so heavily on its relationships and its storytelling, it just seems kind of odd to me. But, you know, whatever. I didn't make the game. Maybe that's something that they'll change in the sequel. We'll see. Oh, thank you. Kukai says, I love your videos. It's great how you roleplay your characters. Thank you. I love your videos. It's great how you roleplay your characters. Thank you. Right, every John says, no romance system, but you're brutally murdering a town. That's okay. Right, exactly. Like, this is a game about, you know, yeah, brutally murdering people. It's also, you know, it gives you multiple ways to do quests. Oh, you don't want to brutally murder people? Well, maybe you can sneak in then. Or, oh, maybe you can convince somebody to do something and talk them into it instead of shooting them or whatever. Like, it gives you multiple ways to do things. But, right, can't have romance. Oh, that would detract from the story we're trying to tell. What? What? Doesn't make any sense. That to me just sounds like somebody who's bitter about, you know, I don't know, what are those games? The BioWare games. You know, they're just bitter about BioWare games that have romance options. How dare they? How dare they sully science fiction with romance, even though, you know, Star Trek had tons of romance and Star Wars has romance and, you know, like, okay. Mass Effect, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, somebody was bitter about Mass Effect. They don't want their games to be like Mass Effect. That's what I think. That's my guess. Yeah, well, they've already announced that they're going to make an Outer Worlds 2. There's already been a trailer for it. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's hilarious. So, you know, they're definitely working on one, but when it's going to come out and what it's going to be about, I have no idea. Oh, thank you, Istella. Yeah, Jewel is an epic role player. That's my main enjoyment in video games, is role playing. Herman says epic is quite an understatement. Aw. Yeah, I get really into it. I do. Yeah, exactly. Every John's saying, I don't care if it's same-sex or not, but romance options make it fun. Right. I mean, just having, you know, like I said, if they didn't want to have a whole complicated romance plotline, you know, I understand that. They had limited time and resources. But they could have had a single line of dialogue for each of the characters just to acknowledge it. Just to acknowledge it. The fact that they completely cut it out of the entire game is I don't know. That's somebody somewhere who's in charge of development being bitter. Either being bitter about romance or being bitter about romance in science fiction or being bitter about romance in video games or all of the above. But that's, yeah. All right. Well, so much for me running my mouth and yakking. What else have I got in my inventory? Oh, Vicar Max. Hello there, Vicar Max. What's he got? He's got a sawed-off shotgun. Ooh, that does almost 300 damage per second. And he's got his whacking stick. All right. Ooh, he's got a Magnum shotgun. Magazine size plus 50%. All right. Sounds good. Does he have perks or something? Yes, he does. Perks available. Well, let's... he said he's good at hacking. So let's have him take that perk first. And then the next time that he gets a perk, we'll give him extra health. I'm not worried about him having extra health right now because even if he goes down, he's not going to die permanently, so that's fine. Alright. And I'm already almost to level 7. Yeah, the leveling up happens pretty quick in this game. Oh yeah, bounty hunting as a mechanic. Yeah, the only game that I've ever seen that really goes deep on that was Death of the Outsider. Dishonored Death of the Outsider, the main character was an assassin. And in each level of the game, there would be these side quests that you could do that were bounties. And I do think there was some role-playing consequences of doing some of the bounties, if I recall correctly. But, what's that game that you play, Istella? I don't know if she's still in the chat room, but there's a game that she was playing that was a multiplayer game, an MMO, where you're on a team of bounty hunters, and there's other teams of bounty hunters that are trying to collect the same bounty that you're doing. What game was that you were playing for a while? Because it looked really cool. It didn't seem to have a story, like it wasn't an RPG story kind of game, but it at least had that kind of mechanic. Hunt Showdown. Okay, yeah. Yeah, see, the Dishonored games, I really liked Dishonored, but I will be perfectly honest, my favorite parts of Dishonored were the parts where when you got to play as an assassin. Because the very first Dishonored game was just, I mean, you could be an assassin, you could assassinate people, you could kill people, or you could stealth, or you could knock them out, or whatever. But the first game, you weren't really an assassin. You were supposed to be the bodyguard of the queen, and then the queen gets murdered by assassins, and you have to you get blamed for it, and you have to try to escape and clear your name and go after the people who killed her. And that's fine. It was a great game. But the DLC for that game, which should have been its own standalone game, because what happens in the DLC is integral to the story of the sequel, Dishonored 2. The DLC for Dishonored, which was Knife of Dunwall and Brigmore Witches, you actually play as the assassin who killed the queen. And you get to see the other side of the story from his perspective. And that was freaking amazing. I loved that. Loved that. And then Dishonored 2 came out, and you either play as the original person, Corvo, the original protagonist, or you can play as his daughter, Emily. And I played as Emily. But again, Emily is like the empress of the region, and she's not an assassin. I mean, you can kill people with her, and you can do different things, but she's not. She's an empress who's trying to regain her empire, right? Okay, fine. It was a great game, sure. But then Death of the Outsider came out, and in that one, you play as an assassin. You play as, like, the right hand of the original assassin, Dowd, who killed the queen. You play as Billy Lurk. And so the whole Death of the Outsider, you are an assassin, and there are bounties, and, you know, it leans really into, I mean, it just feels better to play, in my opinion. It felt better to play the game as the assassins, because that's what the gameplay supports. Like, you're sneaking around, you're trying to kill people, you know. It's a game that lends itself to being an assassin. So I loved the DLC for Dishonored, and I loved Death of the Outsider. And, you know, the other games were good too, but anyway, I just thought that was cool. I thought it was more cool to play as the assassins in those games. Every John's played Dishonored on Xbox 360. Yeah, just Dishonored. Dishonored was a little bit, I mean, I had fun playing it, but because it was better than Thief. I had actually played Thief first, the Thief 4 or whatever it was, the little Thief reboot, and I was really disappointed in it. So then I played Dishonored, and I was like, oh, okay, this is what Thief should have been. You know, this is much better. But it still had a few problems. I mean, I think I got all the way through that game and almost to the very end before I even realized, like, what Corvo's backstory was. There's certain important pieces of information about who he is that I did not even figure out until, like, almost the end of the game, and then I was like, oh, oh, this makes more sense. Okay. You know, it had a little bit of story problems and stuff, but it was good. I enjoyed it, but I didn't really like him, and he was not a voiced protagonist. Whereas when you play the Brigmore Witches and the Knife of Dunwall, the DLC has a voiced protagonist, Dowd the Assassin, the Assassin King, whatever, the Assassin Leader. He is a voiced protagonist, and I really liked him. And then when they brought out Dishonored 2, they did voice Corvo and Emily, but Corvo is being voiced by Stephen Russell, who is the original voice of the character in Thief, and he's also the one who does a bunch of voices in Fallout and in Skyrim. So it's pretty cool, but I didn't play through Dishonored 2 as Corvo. I played through as Emily. That entire playthrough is on my channel, by the way. There is a Dishonored playlist on my channel, and it has the whole Dishonored 2 that I played through, and it has Death of the Outsider, the whole playthrough of that too. But alright, we've sat here chatting for a while. I'm probably going to wrap up this stream.
We'll be here, Captain. Or will we? Haha. Just a little joke for you.
Okay, thanks, Ada. Let's go out to the Groundbreaker, and then I'm going to save and quit. Select up to 2 companions to accompany you. Alright, well, I'll take both of them for now. And we have made it to the Groundbreaker. Woohoo! There's a lot of content on the Groundbreaker, but I am probably not going to do all of that. The next time I come back to stream this, which should be tomorrow at the same time, between 3 and 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we will go in and see about stealing the nav key and bypassing a whole bunch of side quests by doing so. I've seen it done on other people's YouTube channels. I want to see if I can do it. There's a way to hide behind the safe where she keeps the nav key and pick the lock and just take the nav key and leave. Either that or we'll go land in Cascadia and fight our way across. Oh, and there's Felix out there. I can see Felix. Oh, I'm going to get Felix. I love Felix. But not today. I have been streaming enough. I've been streaming about 3 hours, so I'm going to wrap it up now. Okay, thank you, Herman. Hope to see you again on YouTube. Yep, I will be back on YouTube hopefully tomorrow. Lord willing and the creek don't rise. I will be here to stream some more. Gotta get to that DLC and see some things I haven't seen before. You're welcome, Stella. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, Kukai. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Gentugo, Every John, and everyone who's been hanging out with me in the chat room. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your weekend, and don't forget, I am doing a Halloween giveaway. If you're interested in that, just let me know in the chat room or leave a comment on the video, or you can DM me directly if you know how to find me. I'm out there. You can DM me through Twitter or Patreon or whatever, or email me. I think my contacts are on the About page on my YouTube channel. But let me know if you're interested. I've been giving away all kinds of little Halloween goodies. The giveaway is open to anyone, anywhere on the planet, unless prohibited by law, and imports and shipping of your country. I don't know. But you know, just little things, stickers and little goodies. Fun little Halloween things I'm giving away while supplies last. To celebrate autumn equinox and October. It's my favorite time of year. And I'll be doing some Twitchy tarot over on Twitch. That is one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to be live streaming tarot readings and talking about tarot and answering questions about tarot and all that kind of stuff on October 1st. Just to kick off October and Halloween, Spooktober. I think I would, it's just, I don't know, it was just an idea I had, and I thought it would be fun to try it. So, I'm going to be doing that the evening of, late afternoon, early evening of Saturday. Shout out to all of my supporters. BJ, Gentugo, Celtic Granny, Toswavo, Istella, Sulfur, and Jessike. Thanks so much for supporting me on Patreon, YouTube, and Twitch. You guys, everybody, take care of yourselves. Until next time.